For the last 3 years, Hands Across the Sea has sent a remedial reading kit to secondary school teachers in the Caribbean to help them better meet the needs of teenage students who come to secondary school still unable to read. As we share and explain the items in the kit, I want you to consider how you, as a teacher, could use these resources with your students. Some of you have already received the kit, so be thinking about how you currently use these resources to teach reading. And get creative. How can you use these resources to make teaching remedial reading more fun for your students? As a teacher myself, I have observed how students, even at the secondary level, gravitate towards hands-on activities. Their attention spans are still very short, so we have to consider how long we talk at and teach through direct instruction, and how to make our lessons more concise to give more time and opportunity for students to practice the skills we are teaching them through hands-on games and activities. This is a huge motivator for students, even as teenagers, because my classroom is different from the many others that they are attending. Whereas in other subjects, students are sitting and listening to lectures, in my classroom, they know they will actually get to do something fun and to learn. There is an energy and excitement around that, and we want to use that momentum to our advantage as remedial reading teachers. Word sort cards, like this box of sight word flashcards, can be used to quiz students with sight words. You can have students work in pairs at a station, utilize these sight words to create simple sentences, or have flashcard races in which students are put into two teams. The teams line up and compete against one another in reading out the word first before the other team. There are 59 different colorful, double-sided idea flashcards, and the box also includes activity cards with helpful tips and suggestions for making learning fun. The pocket chart with phonics and word family cards can help engage your students in the formulation of sentences and reading sentences without them having to write. The pocket chart can be hung up on a wall or over top of a chalkboard, or can be laid on the floor for students to use. It has 10 see-through rows of plastic pockets for the students to work within. The word building pieces also come with the chart. 30 word families on durable cards can be used to identify similar spelling and phonics patterns, as well as to develop sentences. There are 180 word cards, 5 blank cards, and an activity guide to give you more ideas. I have noticed that students love to add their own words to this deck, so I include blank index cards and a marker to write our own words on these cards to include as well. This is huge, especially for students who love to be creative or who need the activity to be extended to be more challenged. In addition to the word family cards, the remedial reading kit also includes sentence building pieces to use with the pocket chart. The set includes 236 cards, 40 nouns, 41 verbs or action words, 35 adjectives, and 14 adverbs. Not only are these ideal for teaching parts of speech, but these cards can enable students to add more details to their sentences and gradually enhance their descriptive writing. The 28 sentence starters are ideal for your reluctant students who often do not know how to start or begin a sentence on their own and need that additional support. The 45 helping words and 7 word endings enable students to see how transient words can be and how adding a few letters to the end can communicate exactly what they want by making changes to the base word. 11 punctuation marks will help students learn about the different types of sentences that they can make and to add apostrophes and commas as they learn how to read more fluently and create those fluent sentences for themselves. And the 15 blank cards are ways to customize the pieces in the set and give students a creative outlet to include words of their own, or for you to integrate the new vocabulary words from the Decode and Develop systems as part of the sentence building activity with the pocket chart. The RR kit comes with two little red toolboxes. One has the word family tiles in it, and the other has word building tiles in it. As we know, teaching word families is an important part of any literacy program. Research shows that recognizing and using word families helps children develop phonemic awareness of rhyming words, increase sight word vocabulary, and improve decoding and spelling skills. Word family tiles are great for whole class, small group, or individual instruction. Both boxes include 100 tiles, 42 word family tiles, and 56 letter tiles. A 4-page teaching guide with how-tos and instant activities is also included to give you more ideas of how to meet your students at where they are at with these hands-on activities. The magnetic tabletop learning easel is an ideal place for students to practice with their tiles, to build words and practice their vocabulary. You can set this tabletop learning easel on their desks, at a table, or even on the floor. Students can also work in pairs for each side and help each other out so that this activity can work for small groups or 2 pairs and 4 total students. Hands Across the Sea also sends 3 sets of sight word bingo games to help reinforce the everyday sight words that teens need to know confidently in order to read well. The games build on each other, so we include level 1, 2, and 3. The games are played just like regular bingo, only when you call out a sight word, students cover it on their cards. Each game includes 36 bingo cards so that the whole class can play. That means 36 students can play at one time. Each set includes 75 calling cards and tons of cardboard chips. We use these games as incentives for students to reward them for good behavior, accomplishing academic goals like a lesson or a book, and for consistently showing up for class on time for a consecutive week. One way I can use these games is by setting aside 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day on Friday afternoons for students to play sight word bingo together. The Bananagrams word game is super fun and simple. It is similar to Scrabble, except these letter blocks are pulled randomly out of a bag and just used on a tabletop, desktop, or on the floor. Each bag comes with 144 letter tiles and instructions for how to play. I use the Bananagrams as another word building station and will sometimes pair it with a phonics worksheet from the Decode or Develop system. Having word tiles is super fun to learn with, and it eliminates some of the drudgery that comes with writing for students who are still at the basic level of their literacy abilities. The Decode and Develop systems are the curriculum boxes that come with your remedial reading kit. They have books and lesson plans to meet the needs of your remedial reading students, and we have a whole video devoted to exploring how to utilize those resources best. For now, let's focus on the other parts of the kit. Let's take a moment to talk and turn. Take 60 seconds to discuss with one another how you could use one of the resources from the kit with your students in a new way this week.